Vicky and I are celebrating our 25th wedding anniversary with a trip to Alaska. But the day before we left, we celebrated Levi's birthday party with a BMX themed cake that Arlie designed. So we've got Grandma Goldie in town to help Grandma Patty watch Levi and Arlie and the dogs while we're gone. Goldie slept in Levi's room, and so Levi slept on the couch, which I don't think he minded. Our friend Dino took us to the airport, thank you Dino, so he was able to witness a unique Peterson kids tradition.
That's good.
Now Vicky doesn't like flying, but when we got to the airport they announced that the plane had some problems.
Hate to be the bearer of bad news, but right now we're anticipating having a clean filter, having it put back in, reinstalled, reset the system, and underway. They told me right now it should be about 1 hour before we can get airborne. I've got a first officer who will be flying the aircraft, and he likes to go fast. So we're going to do everything we can to get you to Portland, Oregon, as close to on time as possible.
So it ended up fine. We ended up flying out a little bit late and then made up the time. For our first leg of the trip, we flew from Washington, D.C. to Portland, Oregon. We left at 6 o'clock and it was going to take 5 hours, so that should have had us there at 11 p.m. But flying through 3 time zones, we ended up arriving at 8 p.m. Two other things to note about Alaska. Number one, it's not down by Mexico. It's really so far from the rest of the United States that they have to throw it somewhere else. But you see here where it's really located in relation to the other 48 states. The other thing to note about Alaska is how big it is. It is bigger than Texas. It is bigger than Texas and California. And in fact, it's bigger than Texas and two Californias. As we flew into Oregon, one of our favorite states, you can see the Columbia River and Mount St. Helens in the distance. The kids may remember seeing that from our trip a couple years ago. As you can see, it generates its own climate system with a cloud there hanging over. After a couple hours layover in Portland, this is pretty much what it looked like outside the window of our airplane. But here's what's crazy. The closer we got to Alaska, it actually started to get lighter outside. And here we are in the middle of the night. And that's because even though we're on the back side of the globe, the sun is leaking over the top of it because we're so far north. Alright, so as I speak, it is 4:11 a.m. local time, and that means it is about 9 a.m. in Maryland. So here's the view out of our 18th floor of our hotel, and there on the far right you can see Denali. I guess that's a couple hundred miles away, not sure. We'll find out.